Good morning everyone, I'm in the XPENG G6 all-wheel drive Performance and today we're gonna do the long distance trip test. So I'm driving 600 kilometers, a little circle like I do with most of the cars, and I want to see how fast I can drive this, including charging. The average speed is our goal. And I started with 100%, went to the highway, then I reset my trip with getting out of the car, locking it and unlocking it. That also means that when we are driving to have my average consumption, I can never lock the car, which is awesome. I'm driving 140 since this car charge is amazing. On a 350 kilowatt charger or higher, I get 12 minutes from 10 to 80%, which is incredible. I tried to use the internal navigation and it's a bit complicated to have multiple stops. You can, but you have to start with your ending, and my ending is back where I started, and so it was a bit complicated. It didn't work as well as I wanted it, so I'm navigating to the second charger that a better route planner said I should use. So we're doing this and we'll see how fast it's gonna be. The consumption is not amazing what I've seen in my range test, but again the charging is incredible, and for whatever reason today the steering assist is not good right now. Hopefully it gets better, because in the other test it was good, on the highway at least. As always, when I'm in Regensburg, in the first speed limit, or real first speed limit, there was a construction zone also. I can't reach my destination, and I don't know how to plan a charger that it does it automatically. I tried, you can do searching. I know that you can select what charging network you want to use and everything, but I can't make it happen, so I gave up. I'm just gonna charge at Ionity, and I sped up. I'm driving now 150 because I think I can, since I'm charging at Ionity in, I don't know, 70, 80 kilometers. I will drive faster, drive it down more, because it charges so amazing. God, the steering assist is not great in a corner. In a straight, it's great. Today, it's misbehaving a lot. So right now it can find it, and then when it finds it, it does it very abruptly and not nice. Now it has it, okay? But in a corner it was never amazing. I've felt that before, but usually on a normal highway, when it's normal straight, it's okay, but today it doesn't want to. Arrived here with 22%. Took a bit till it started charging. I have no idea how long I will charge. I will put the next destination in the navigation and then add some kilometers or so, and arrive with 15% or so, because it charges so amazing. I'm already 190 kilowatt, 200, 204, 212. Yeah, and the battery is warm. I wanted to preheat the battery and it said no, it's warm enough. 240, 260, 270, 280, 290, 304, 305, 315, 320. Yeah, 322.7, 224, 325. That's the stuff. 500 amp as always. Cool. That was a good drive, a few construction zones, but not bad. I drove the first half 140, then 150, and then the last 60 kilometers or so with 180, because I couldn't just arrive still with a high state of charge. I could have driven the whole thing with 170, 180. Would have been no problem, would have been here faster and still charge amazing. Just charging a few minutes. If you want to charge for free, use Encharge. Encharge is an app, you install it on your phone, and when you are at a charger, you rate the charger. You give Encharge a few information about the charger. Is there a playground around, toilets, food and stuff like this? And for this, you get kilometers and stars, and these you can exchange for charging credit. And in Germany and in France, you can use the charging credit right in the app without a different charging provider. Use the link in the description below to get 20 kilometers to start with. I charged to 73%, it was done in no time. I filmed a bit for this channel, for my German channel, and then for my third channel I peed and it was 73%. It's incredible. I navigated to the next charger, it's now 100 kilometers dead on. I have 185 kilometers of range, 69%. I should arrive with 31%. So I'm already driving 150. This is how far the cruise control goes up, and it's possible I have to drive, I can drive faster. It's crazy. I have another 31.5 kilometers. The trip is nice. I'm driving when I can, when I'm allowed, 180. Because it still works. I arrive with 24%. The second I drive 130, 140, my state of charge at arrival goes up. So, amazing. Totally amazing. By the way, if you haven't seen the consumption, 33.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. But the way that I'm driving today, I find that okay. Arrived here with 22%. Charging always takes a bit, so it's already connected and it takes 10, 20, 15 seconds and then it ramps up for charging. I will put in the next charger, EMBW in Wackersdorf, and that is our last charger, then we go home. Ionity is too close, then we have to charge too much or drive too slowly. That's why we have to do a different charger. So on this session so far, I'm only getting 255 kilowatts. So maybe we have a bit of a heating problem where it can't cool down the battery enough. Huh. But still, 250 is still amazing. It's only 100 something kilometers. For whatever reason, my internet doesn't work here. I don't know why. And I have to check again how far it is, where it is exactly. It is a good charger, because it looks like maybe I can't even get to there from the highway. That would be bad. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I started vlogging on my third channel, Behind the Battery. So everything that happens around the car, or if I get new info about something, really awesome. Subscribe and watch. So this time I thought we only need 65% or maybe 70. And I was planning my route with Google Maps. And I looked and I was at 76%. And before I looked, it was at 59 or something. Then oh my God, I have to stop charging, and it was 77. It's so fast, the charging, it's incredible. So I'm navigating with Google Maps, and I see my data in the cockpit. So I see it's 120.4 kilometers to go. The time when I arrive, all is here, which is cool. I like that. It's very nice. But I guess it can't be in the middle, right? No, map doesn't show that. All right, that's cool. Yeah, this charging is a bit stressful, and then that I can't drive this fast. I have no idea with what state of charge I will arrive, but I have 181 kilometers of range, 119 kilometers to go. So I'm driving 160, 170, 180, something like this. Arrived here with 17%, and I changed my plan. I'm here at Ionity now because the other one is just 7 kilometers away and it was a hassle to get to the charger from the highway. So no, gonna plan my thing home. Let's do city watt because that's close. And how many kilometers? 167, so I need 180 kilometers to get home. So 220, 210 kilometers of range, something like this. And as before, we only getting 250 kilowatt, only. But I think the 320 kilowatt is later. I think that's at 35 or something, because the voltage is then at 650 volt. So it's still a bit to go. Great drive, a lot of speed limits. I drove the 180 not too long because it was always speed limit. That's problematic. If you want to drive fast, but still car was doing good. We talk about everything, how the car is at a long distance trip then when we drive again, but it's doing the speed great and charging is also amazing. This time I charged to 84%. Can you believe it? Amazingly high. I would never usually do this, but it thinks I will arrive at home with 9%, which is totally cool. It can be even 5%. I'm fine with that, but that's good. So let's talk about how this car is. So suspension is okay. It's not the most comfortable car, but it's fine. Noise level also, I'm driving 180 today, it's fine. Regen, when you drive country road and city, it's awesome. On the highway, it's very weak, which is great when you drive very fast. But if you drive 140, regen could be a bit stronger. The steering is not extremely precise and it gets heavier and heavier the faster you go. I'm in individual mode. I have the steering on the lightest and it's still at 180. Very strong, and you just feel it getting stronger very fast, even at 130. From 100 to 130 is a difference. Consumption, I'm okay with it today. It's really nice. I have the seat ventilation on right now, but I don't need it. I turn it back off. The climate is weird, so it reacts weird. I put it on 23 degrees. Let's say I have it on 24. I put it on 23. Then it's just blowing along. I think it's all fine. And then 10 minutes later, out of nowhere, it starts to blow really strong and everything gets loud and I'm, what's going on? What's happening? I have no idea. And then I turn it down manually. I don't know, nothing changed. It's not like suddenly it got warmer. So very strongly warmer, and I just adjusted the speed, the temperature by a low level. That's weird. Charging is incredible. I see though that it can cool the battery perfectly, because on the last charge we only got 250 kilowatt peak. Yes, it was still 230 kilowatt at 79%, and then at 80% it went down to 180, something like this. Still amazing. And I have a problem with the charge port at home. I couldn't unplug yesterday, and at EMBW before I also couldn't do it. So I had it, and the charging ending and the emergency unlock didn't work. I had to do it with the emergency pull cord in the back. Second time in 2 days. Before that it worked all the time. I don't know what's going on. Navigation, so when you're just navigating somewhere, I think it's okay. The state of charge seems to change in a normal way, not in a crazy way, so you go uphill and it suddenly changes. It seems to be really stable, and I think it also knows how you're driving right now. So it knows you're driving fast. That's why it's a low state of charge. I like that. That's really good. I don't know why I couldn't figure out how that it uses the chargers. No idea. Maybe I changed something. Could be my problem. I'm not putting this on the car. The distance thing, when it goes with the few hundred meter, then in weird numbers, so not 500, 400, 300, it's weird, 299, 167 meters, it's not that big of a deal. It's typical Chinese. I don't know what they do this. Sound system is okay, it's not incredible. Android Auto works good. Sometimes it has an immense delay, so you go into it, press something in Android Auto, nothing happens, you press again, you press somewhere else, nothing happens, and then suddenly it does all of these things. I had it once, the Google Maps, the car was still somewhere different, and then you can see it speed to where I actually am. So it gets it puts the data from Android Auto in some buffer, and then it speeds it up. It's really interesting. Cruise control today is not amazing. When you drive 100, even 130, doesn't have to be fast like this, it only goes to 150, but even when you drive 130 and you go into a corner that's a bit stronger, I think it thinks that the corner edge, so on the right, on the left, whatever corner you're doing, is already a distance to a car, and it slows you down. That's really annoying. And steering assist today is not great. I don't know why. At my range test it was nice. Maybe I'm driving too fast. Maybe 134 or what I was doing is better. 150 is not nice with it. But overall, it's really a nice car. We're gonna be back at home at a really good time. The charging is just incredible. Like I said, even with too hot of a battery, still 250 kilowatt, and then till 80%. That's crazy. But one thing that's really cool, and no other car has this, and I think it's not allowed. So with a software update, this might get lost. So when you do all of your assist systems that you don't want, I don't want the tiredness recognition, I don't want the attention warning, I don't want lane assist, I don't want the overspeed warning, and you don't lock the car, but you stop, charge, go away from the car, close the doors, it doesn't matter. Until you lock and unlock the doors, this all stays the same way. This is cool. I love that. I arrived at 11:48 with 12%. This is my driving data, kilometers, average consumption. Let's analyze the data. Average consumption, the kilometers, the car showed real kilometers 602. I drove 5 hours and 8 minutes, but I deducted 3 minutes with 3 time a light was on for way too long. And I know those lights in Münchberg Nord and in Wernberg-Köblitz, I want here MBW, it's horrible. But I deducted that and I get to an average speed, including charging, of 118.43 kilometers an hour, which is really, really good. Consumption is not great at this car. I drove pretty fast, but the charging is just incredible. And we see that here. First 2 charging sessions, 22 to 73, 22 to 77. Only the last time 17% to 84%. That's really a lot. But 270 kilowatt average charging power on the first charging session at 22 to 73%. That's just incredible. A second one was 225 average, and the third one 232. Still amazing. Great charging. I charged 38 minutes on those 3 charging sessions, almost 152 kilowatt hours. But great car for the long distance trip. A bit stressful with the charging, but you can drive, I think you can drive however fast you want. The charging will always get the range in if you need it. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, but that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.